Roll call.
We have 22 supervisors present. Laura Belsky is excused.
Citizen comments. Do we have any citizen comments? Any citizen comments? Please state your name and address for the record.
I am a resident of the city of Kenosha at 7939 34th Avenue. And I wish to thank each of you for your willingness to serve on the County Board of Kenosha. I have two concerns for your consideration as you're thinking about funding. I realize that low-income housing, building of it is not your job as a body, but be aware that there is not nearly enough low-income housing in this area, and that's no surprise. It's a nationwide problem. Because of the limited supply and strong demand, the rents have increased almost 50% in recent months, and Kenosha Human Development Services gives people who qualify vouchers for housing. But I know that people have had these vouchers for months and been unable to use them and remain homeless because landlords won't accept them or the rents are just too high. A studio or single bed apartment goes for $800 to $1,000, and 2 to 3 bedroom apartments go for $1,000 to $1,500. And landlords who have been burned during the pandemic require a $2,400 guaranteed income before they will talk to you, and some of them do, and no one will speak to anyone who's ever had an eviction on their record. I guess it's for 10 years. So I want you to be aware that the Racine Kenosha County Community Action Agency had COVID money, WERA money, it's W-E-R-A, and they were supposed to put people in apartments with that money. They were unable to find apartments this last winter, and so they used hotel rooms, motel rooms for those people, and they had anywhere from 40 to 50 individuals or families in motel rooms at any given time all through the winter and sometimes for months on end. That money ends in May. Those 45 to 50 people or families will be homeless. And there will be no place at the Shalom Center. Shalom Center is adding on, but those rooms will not be ready, or that space will not be ready for this winter. I thank you for, in the past, supporting the KHDS motel voucher program for unhoused people. I don't want you to get the impression that they're being mollycoddled by being put into a motel. The funding that has been allotted in the past has paid for 1 to 3 nights per person, and then the majority of the time they're back outside again because there's no shelter space or place for them to go. It's not because these people don't attempt to work. Most of them are working. They can get $14 to $17 an hour. But if they have any kind of bad work history or criminal record, they can't get hired by a lot of places, and so they have to work for a temp agency, and those temp agencies will often work them for a couple, 3 weeks straight and then have a week or 2 off because they have problems with product orders and material availability, and you can't plan to pay your bills if you can't work steadily. Another issue is that Kenosha County is far behind Racine County and some others in addressing climate change. The county should add solar panels to any new construction plans and to make sustainability a concern in all decision making. Our county could declare a climate emergency, as the city of Evanston has this last April, and they vowed to reduce city building energy consumption by 25% and to achieve 100% renewable energy supply to all properties in Evanston by 2025. In recent years, 750 municipalities in several countries, including New Zealand, England, Ireland, and others, have declared climate emergencies. It just puts this issue on the front burner and reminds us to include it in our planning. I realize that you are desire to be fiscally responsible, but please remember the old saying, penny wise, pound foolish, and any money that is advanced to good purposes is well spent. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to speak? Anybody else wish to speak? Anybody else wish to speak? Seeing none, citizen comments are closed. Announcement of the chairman, I have a couple things. First, I want to welcome Austin Dawson, which is going to be one of the new incoming youth in government. Welcome. The other thing is, most of you, or some of you, responded to the email from the county clerk about the upcoming WCA convention. She needs to make reservations. Actually, it was as of yesterday, but she can probably still try to get it in the same hotel. So if you're interested, please let her know as soon as possible if you're planning on attending. We set up an orientation for the 23rd of May from 8 to 12. Everyone is welcome to attend, and more information to follow on the location to be held. Probably it's going to be here on the county board floor, but we don't really know for sure yet. We have a bus tour for youth in government, which is scheduled for June 29th. It's an all-day thing. All supervisors are welcome and encouraged to participate. Also, we finally got a card, which is on my desk, so at the end of the meeting, if you guys want to stop and sign it, that would be for the Sergeant Ken Krantz. And that's all from me. Any supervisors' reports? Supervisor Nordigan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Public Works meeting last night. We're going to move that from the first Monday to the fourth Monday. It would just work better for many of the supervisors as well as the staff. It was approved by Ray Arbit as well. And so our next scheduled meeting will be May 23rd. So we actually will have 2 meetings this month. So it's kind of a light report tonight on Public Works. It was kind of a warm-up meeting to help get the new committee familiar with the things occurring within the divisions at Department of Public Works. Typically, there are quite a few things in play that we'll regularly report on, although there were none at last night's meeting. Over the next few months, there will be likely a range of resolutions and related initiatives requiring formal committee review action. Golf reported that not very busy. Weather's been kind of crappy, but they did sell out 144 players each on the 2 outings they had, which happened to fall on the 2 best days of the month. But they're really energized for the season. League play began that last week of April or this week. There'll be over 600 league players weekly at both courses. They're going to have several different club manufacturer demonstration events, and they can size clubs. They can do everything just like any of the other pro shops around. Employee hiring has gone very well. They're still looking for a few staff at Brightondale Maintenance, and they're continuing to investigate the feasibility of a project to replace original 1972, the Red Pines 9-hole course irrigation system. More to come on that. Punch list finishing off Pets cart path replacement. They started up all the irrigation. It all looks good, ready to go, and of course, cleanup and tree removal is just about done. The facilities, there's several things going on. Parks, several things going on. The Kenosha County Veterans Memorial Park Phase 3 development. They have a restroom going in, year-round restroom, and a new Army Memorial Shelter. There's going to be a memorial shelter for each of the 6 different divisions that they have out there at the Memorial Park. We had a very large anonymous donation for the Army Memorial donation shelter there, and it looks like we, working with design team and Commissary Value Engineer and some reduction of cost, they knocked it down by $72,000 to get the project in budget at $990,000, and both buildings are targeted for completion by year end. Old Settlers Park Band Shelter, 7 bids were received. Looks like Absolute Construction in the amount of $171,000. There was a nonprofit organization from Old Settlers Oktoberfest donated $90,000 of that. The rest the county has resources for in various areas to pay for the remaining part of that. Pet Spring Petrified Springs Park, the Carlin Family Dog Park, operations finished regrading, creating new walkway paths and all that, reseeding. Section of the large dog exercise area will be remain closed, established the new seeding. It's supposed to be a much deeper rooted grass, so it should last much longer. Pavilion number 3 repairs to the brick within the Pavilion 3 are substantially completed. Playground number 4, playground project was repackaged due to the high bid results. The earthwork and site prep bids are due Thursday. Anticipated project completion will be 2022. Pike River Phase 3, looks like the county selected Interflu to be the lead designer and Cardno to act as the construction manager for the Pike River Phase 3 project. Design will take place through the 2022 calendar year. Pringer Nature Center, AmeriCorps will be assigned to work at Bristol Woods Park from 5/5 through 6/2 as part of a grant to aid the construction of various projects within the park and Pringle Nature Center. The AmeriCorps crew will focus on construction of nature playground features, trail rehabilitation, and invasive species removal. Seasonal recruitment, the parks are still in need of 10 lifeguards to be fully staffed at Silver Lake Park. I think they're down to 5. So shortage of lifeguards are common everywhere, so they're continuing to look. And Thielen Multi-Use Trail at the Thielen Sand and Gravel in the Kenosha County are working on a conceptual layout of a 4-mile multi-use trail within the Thielen Sand and Gravel property. That, of course, extends out to more property and to Lake County and McHenry County, a very comprehensive plan. So we are going to relook at the Kenosha County Comprehensive Bicycle Plan and look to reestablish some new criteria. I don't have a date on that yet. So lots of activities going on in the park and at Pringle Nature Center. KCAB Molinaro security modifications are continuing here. And let's see, construction started March 17th, and they should be completed by August. Civic Center campus design and construction of the parking lot. The new lot is substantially complete, just really going through a punch list. Kemper water infiltration repairs for 2022. Going through, let's see, the construction phase bidding documents were released on February 16th. Berkeley Construction was awarded the bid on April 8th, and construction expected to start mid-May, completed by August. We have some HVAC at KCDC replacements, phase 1. Started January 25th to be completed by July. The phase 2 design engineering specification process is moving forward. KCDC lobby security enhancements. Preliminary design meeting was held July 24th. Updated cost estimates are higher than projected. So currently evaluating options to reduce the project scope, identify funds that could be transferred to the budget project. KCC renovation project, design engineering specification process is moving forward. Target at end of August for bid level documents. Several highway projects going on, both the County Highway S project, completion of punch list items are in progress. There's a limited number of right-of-way acquisitions, legal issues that remain in process. The Highway K, and I believe today was the public involvement meeting. So the contractor is planning mobilization will begin major construction activities in the week of May 9th. During construction, County Highway K will be closed to all traffic between the UPRR and County Highway H and through traffic between County H and 104th Ave. So a comprehensive detour plan has been developed. So I would think that this is on the website now and should be, anyone concerned about that, take a look at that. I believe it was all approved tonight to close everything down. If they don't close it down to traffic, you'll take a 6-month project and move it into 2 years. So we've got to get this done, and this is the most efficient way of doing it. In 2 years, obviously costs are going up. County Y and County A roundabout in the Village of Summers. 5 of the 6 required parcels have been acquired, and work continues to acquire the single one. Utility relocation and installation of the Village of Summers water main are in progress. This is scheduled, project schedule targets bidding this fall, construction next spring. County Highway WG Bridge in Village of Bristol. Demolition of the existing bridge is substantially complete. Construction of the east abutment is almost complete, and the pile driving is ongoing in the west abutment. Project completion remains targeted for August, probably near the end, and then they'll be working on the bridge to the west of it, so. And then the County U and County Q intersection and the County U and County C intersection improvements. The U and Q intersection improvements are starting this week, next week, and they're not going to start the U and C until the U and Q are done. Both of these projects are overseen by the county, but are being paid for by the developer. So there's no county money involved in any of this. County Highway JB bridge deck replacement. It's getting close to the, preparation reconstruction of the bridge deck is in process. Project completion target end of June. County Highway MB bridge replacement down to Paris. Pre-construction meeting is scheduled for mid-May with contractor. Construction is projected to start after June 15th and end by the end of September. And County Easy at Russell Road, there's a new roundabout going in that will be paid for by the state of Illinois. Wisconsin, the county is going to have to pick up the parcels on either side of that road in order to have enough real estate, if you will, to make that roundabout viable. The Foxconn-related DOT projects, Highway KR enhancement projects from H to 31. Major construction activities are ongoing on the bridges, over the railroads, and construction of the road bed. And it has resumed between County H and 56th Avenue. Substantial project completion remains year-end 22. Highway 50 reconstruction project from 18th to 43rd Ave. Anyone's been east of Green Bay Road, you know what this is. Major construction activities are occurring at the bridge over 76th Ave and at the intersection of State Highway 31 and 50. Project remains on schedule to be completed by year-end. Highway 50 resurfacing project from County Highway O, western part of the county, out to State Highway 12, that's Walworth County. It's in phase 1. There's a lot of grading and digging out and re-asphalting going on. Center lanes currently are closed, outside lanes are open. And State Highway 142 resurfacing project from I-94 to J. Repairs of the bridge over the Des Plaines River is scheduled to be complete this week. Milling is ongoing from 45 to West Frontage Road in phase 1 is scheduled to be completed Memorial Day, while the entire project completion remains targeted for September 2022. There's only 2 facilities divisions report, and that is in the KCAB heat pump replacement project. Let's see, we projected $230,000 for fourth and final phase of the project, and the pre-bid was February 10th. The low bidder, Southport, was $497,000, significantly higher. So we're working closely with purchasing, and revised scope of the work was submitted to Southport. Negotiated changes to the project. Meeting set for week of April 4th. They met and they unbundled the project, and long story short, they were able to make it into the budgeted amount, but it's going to take 12 to 14 weeks to get all the equipment in order to start. So this will be a little while, probably September, start sometime, well, hopefully be done by September 5th. I'm sorry, start date September 5th. That's how long it's going to take to get all the equipment in. And then the Monarch fire system device replacements. This is budgeted at $80,000 project to be replaced obsolete fire devices. They currently serve the Monarch building. Siemens was awarded the work at 72.2. Hey, what do you know, something under. So they do have supply chain issues that have affected the start of this project. So when that all comes in, they'll start the project. And then I think that is it. Yep. And the only other thing was that Ray Arbit will be retiring July 1st. So we get 2 more meetings with him with the Public Works, and he will be retired, and it'll be someone new starting in July. That's it. Thank you.
Supervisor. Yeah, Supervisor Grady.
How's this? Are we working now? Okay. So thank you, Mr. Chair, and through the chair to Supervisor Nordigan. Can we go back to County K for just a moment?
Go ahead.
That's 60th Street here in Kenosha for everyone who resides within the city limits. Is it the plan of administration to go from Union Pacific Railroad to 104th as a complete closure? Is that the plan?
That is the plan. I think we'll use 104th, but the K will be closed down between the two.
And if I understand correctly, the rationale for doing that is it can be done in a more timely manner within this construction season. Is that the deal? Within 2022, we can get it done?
That is correct. You're talking about 6 months.
Okay. So just a heads up for everyone here and their constituents, that will be an issue with Highway 50 still being somewhat compromised, but
Yeah, I think the idea was if you're going east, take 158. If you're going west, probably okay with 50
right,
in that area.
okay.
Correct.
Thank you. No further questions, thank you.
Supervisor Burke.
You want to go to Supervisor Franco? He had a question related to
Oh,
this
I'm sorry.
or statement.
Yeah, thank you, Mr.
Supervisor
Chair.
Frank.
Yeah, I was at the meeting today. The closure right now is to 94th Court. Ultimately, it will go all the way to 128th Avenue, which would be a little west of the highway. And it's in 3 phases. They're just doing the 1 phase right now from the railroad to 94th Court, and then 94th Court through, I'm not really sure exactly how far. I think it's going to be 104th or so, and then eventually it's going to be 104th all the way to about 128th, just for point of clarification.
Any other questions on this? Or? Supervisor Gens.
You, when you were moving rather quickly and I was trying to keep up, I heard by parcels for a Russell Road roundabout. I don't understand it. First of all, if Illinois is putting a roundabout, why would we buy parcels to make that viable? That's what you said, so
2 parcels, one on either side of the road. They have to pick up 2 parcels in order to make the roundabout viable for the amount of property they need to make it
they're
happen.
buying them from us, right? Or are you
No,
saying?
the county will need to purchase them.
Okay, do we
Whether-
need that roundabout, and why would we purchase them, and why would we tell them that we're purchasing them now?
That, all I can tell you on this point, I'll have to ask Ray Arbit, because this came up for the first time, to my knowledge, at the meeting, and haven't had enough time to even sit down and absorb everything yet.
Well, when you
so.
tell somebody that you have to buy something, that raises the price, so that's a little disconcerting, but, I mean, I
Well, we're
have
not
questions
paying
on
for the
that.
roundabout, no.
I understand
Yeah,
that,
right.
but we're paying for parcels of land that we normally wouldn't buy.
I agree.
Yeah, well, that's an issue that I want to know about.
Okay,
Thank you.
I'll get that to you.
Supervisor Grady, did you want to respond on that? Okay. I guess now we can go to Supervisor Burke.
I sent you all an email. Like last year, this year we're having the Veterans Family Fair. It is in 2 Sundays. It's May 15th, 11 to 3 at the Moose Lodge. There will be for families and the children, free bouncy house, crafts and yard games, face painting, and food, along with a raffle. So everything's free for the families and the kids and whatnot. So if you know veterans in your family, your neighborhood, or anywhere in the county, feel free to invite them to this. Thank you.
Supervisor Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just had a question through the chair to the Chair of Public Works. Unless I'm mistaken, I believe that the original project end date for KR was supposed to be this summer. What led to that being pushed towards the end of the year? Correct.
See if I have that in my notes. The only thing I can bring up is ask him if there was something in the, either in the construction, weather, or something in general as to why the major construction it was over the bridges and the railroad trucks construction, right, and the road bed. He just said it just resumed on County Highway H and 56th Avenue. So right now, I don't have that information. I will get that for you and let you know.
Appreciate that. And then
Sure.
additionally, some time ago, probably last summer or further beyond that, myself and I believe Supervisor Grady had asked Public Works to publish a map that shows where all the major road construction is throughout the county to let the citizens know what's going on, especially with some roads being open, some being closed. I know Mr. Potente does a pretty good job of publishing that kind of stuff online, but I think a comprehensive map, well, I know a comprehensive map was asked for, and I don't think that's been yet provided. They've had, I'd say, a year to do that. So I would just ask that the committee, remind staff again and get that out, especially coming up this summer when people start to travel more outside their homes and are, going to and from within and outside the county.
A couple of the supervisors asked for the maps last night.
Okay.
So we will get those out and at least get them up to, I guess, Joe Potente, is that who was saying? We'll get
Yeah,
them posted?
I know he publishes road closures now, but we're still waiting on that map of what's going on throughout the county, both our projects and state DOT projects as well.
Okay,
Thank you.
got it.
Anything else? Supervisor US.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through the chair to Supervisor Nordigan, regarding the roundabouts on 47th Avenue and Russell Road, the reason why the roundabouts is going in is because of the frequency of accidents that have been taking place down there, and some of them have been pretty severe. So Lake County did a traffic study a couple years ago with traffic counts. I live less than a half mile from there, and it's a welcome addition to the area because when you're going north and south, and especially with the repaving of the road, it's at a higher elevation, and they put a four-way stop there to help with traffic, but people still go through the four-way stop, and you're having a lot of collisions there. So that's why the roundabout is going in now.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, see no more lights. County Clerk?
County Board Chairman appointments. Number 1, Supervisor Belsky to serve on the Kemper Center Board of Directors.
Refer to Public Works.
Number 2, Supervisor Mark Nordigan to serve on the Joint Services Board.
Refer to Judiciary and Law Committee.
3, Supervisor Brian Thomas to serve on the Racial and Ethnic Equity Commission of Kenosha County.
Refer to Executive Committee.
Claims, 1, Julie Moore, personal injury.
Refer to Corporation Council.
2, Catherine Mills, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
3, Samantha Kramer, personal property loss.
Refer to Corporation Council.
4, Nathaniel Harford, vehicle damage.
Refer to Corporation Council.
The approval of the April 19th, 2022 annual meeting and organizational meeting minutes and the April 21st, 2022 regular meeting minutes by Supervisor Wamble.
Supervisor Wemble.
I move the approval of the April 19th annual meeting minutes and the minutes from the April 21st organizational meeting.
Is that a second? Second. Second by Supervisor US. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? We need someone to make a motion to adjourn. Motion to adjourn by Supervisor Berg, second by Supervisor Grady. We're adjourned. No, you gotta vote. Oh, all those in favor? Aye. Anybody wants to stay?